Now, I don't know about you, but I love to go for a little bit of a walk on a Sunday afternoon, bit of a ramble, bit of a hike with all your gear up on. There's nothing like it, is there? Up on the moors in the hills, and you're having a lovely time. Got your flask of Vimto in the back there in the rucksack, and suddenly, whoa! What the juice? Poof, poof! Birds coming flying down, trying to peck at your head. And you're thinking, what's going on? I'm having a lovely time. But of course, you're walking near the nests, aren't you? As you walk in, they've got the little eggs and the little birdlings there, and you're disturbing them, and it's the parents trying to ward you away. Well, I've got a solution for you to prevent that happening. An Arty solution. Hey, how about that? It's a bird helmet to protect you so you can walk along like that, and the birds will just go ping, ping, and they'll bounce off, won't they? And you feel all right. Also, at the same time, of course, I've designed it as a bird, a big hawk, like a hen harrier, and then they don't even come at all, and they just stay away because they're scared of your big eyes. So, a great idea. You can't lose, can you? And I'm going to show you how to make one of those helmets now. To make one of those helmets. All right, so all you really need to do this is a beach ball and a can of this, Builder's expanding foam. We're going to put some of this into there to make one of those. And before we even go anywhere, we need to look after our eyes because this is dangerous stuff. Again, you're going to get an adult to help you do this. So there we go. Hey, pair of safety goggles. Now, last of all as well, we've got to look after our little hands, haven't we? There we go, because this stuff's quite messy. We're going to spray this into the beach ball. So just twist that into there. I've already inflated it a little bit, as you can see. That's to help it along. And here we go. So we spray this in here. And we're off. Oh yeah, that's wicked a treat. There she goes. And you can see now it's getting a good helmet size, good helmet shape. There we go. Just give that a second there. I'll untwist it. And what we'll do now is run it round the inside of the ball. And that's what you have to do there. And what it does is it starts to coat it. Starts to make like a lining on the inside so that it starts sticking everywhere. And then it make a coating on the inside. There we go. Make sure you got a bit everywhere. Super. Put a little bit more in. Until your can's empty. Now it takes a little while, this, but it does make for an excellent helmet. All right. Last time here now, that should do it. Keep doing that. And once you know that you've coated the whole of the inside of the ball, you should be done. So we're finished with that. We're finished with that, and we're finished with these. And now we can start with one of these. A nice solid beach ball. Now as you can see, I've drawn a line all the way around, a bit like a tennis ball shape, isn't it? And I'm going to have to cut this out to become the hole that your head fits in and that you can look out of, or else you won't be able to see anything. Now again, I'm going to use a knife to do this. Please be very cautious. Get an adult to help. Here we go. So I'm going to cut this out now to make our shape. There we go. Don't be frightened that it makes a noise like it's going to blow up. That's just a little bit of the air releasing there now. Coming round. Hey, I mean it. Don't be using a knife. If you're going to use a knife, get an adult to use the knife. Hey, he's not kidding, you know. You've got to be careful if you're using a knife and sharp objects. Split apart now. This is going to be a smasher, this. A little bit smaller, this, for children-sized heads. And there we go. You pull that piece out of there, and there we have our helmet. Look at that. Isn't that smashing? So now what we need to do is make a beak for it. Very simple, the beak. All we need is this piece of card here. Just a square of card, and we're going to make a shape on it. Let's use a marker, we'll be able to see that a bit better. Like a shield shape for a beak. So if you imagine the middle, got your middle, your edges, there we are. Just like that, there we are. And that should act as your shield shape there. There's a beak. You can use a pair of scissors for this. I'm going to use a knife. Now that's almost ready to go. One little tip for this though, so that it bends around the shape of the helmet, just put a little score line. So that's not cutting right through, just a little score. About halfway, and that will let it bend. Look, there we go. Now you can bend that all the way around, so it's going to come nice and easily fit round your helmet. Right, look how the helmet sits. It's great, that, isn't it? We want to tape that on now. So I've got some tape ready here. Let me have a look at my helmet. There we go. That's a good start there. On the other side, a little bit of a bend in it so it's more beak shaped. That's good, that's good. Oh yeah, look at that already, look. Got the beak shape. That was easy, wasn't it? So what you need to do there now, that's nice and solid, is paint that up. I painted my brown. I mean, you could even paint a chicken if you wanted to, couldn't you? Make whatever you fancy. But we'll stick with the eagle. So paint that all over. And as you may have noticed earlier, I've only painted one of my eyes, so I got a book from the library and I copied that again. There we are, the eye, the beak, and this eye just needs painting. And now I can show you how I go about doing that. All right, let's get a little bit of a brush. We'll go for a bit of yellow. Lovely yellow eyes, haven't they? These birds of prey, fabulous. So, take that round there. That's a lovely colour. Right round. Now, you can use poster paint. Any kind of paint, really. This is acrylic because it's nice. It sticks better to your helmet. There we go. And that's the roughly how your eye will look. That's smashing, that's the yellow. And I'm rushing a little bit to keep it moving, but you'll do a lovely jet black pupil there. A little trick, which I think lots of us already probably know, with an eyeball, is just leave a little flash of white in one corner, and it looks like a shine. You give that, if you look at, next time you look at a hawk in a book, you see it's got this lovely, like a big black eyebrow. Come round there as well. Make the line go a little thinner. There we go, yeah. Make that there. Lovely. You can work on that, maybe do a little bit more shading, and there's your finished eye. Almost there with the helmet now. The last thing, how does it stay on your head? Well, we've got a piece of sponge look inside there. That just wedges itself in. What did I use to do it? I'll show you now. A sofa cushion, a spare one. I wouldn't use your folks' best sofa cushion. Draw a circle, bit like a big donut. Cut it out, the right size, the same width as your helmet. Stuff that in, it'll stay where it is. Stuff it on your head and enjoy yourself. And what about any other ideas? You might like the idea of a helmet, but you don't want to make an eagle. Well, what about this then? Hey, disco ball! All right, I know where you're going to be Friday night. You're going to be down the disco, and everyone else is going to be looking at you thinking, whoa, cool dude. All right, does that not please you? What about this then? How about a racing car driver? Make your own racing car helmet. I just did a crude pair of hands here to look like wings. Hey, how about that? You can do your own design, your own colours. Now come on, let's kick some art.